What is up, YouTube? Today we're replacing the fuel filter. Now, I'd recommend doing this about every other season depending on use. We put about 50 hours a season on ours, so it's not necessary every season. But it's a fairly easy change here. This is the fuel filter, and you need a 3/16 inch Allen key here, and then a 7/16 open wrench. And then get your mom's half-gallon milk container here, cut it, and make sure you finish the milk and then have it empty. And then we're gonna put it under there so it'll drain. First things first here, you wanna unplug the sensor here, electrical connector, just like that. You do not want anything to turn on in there, just in case. So now that's disconnected. Let's go ahead and put the container here. Gonna slide it over here. And then you want to just bring it over here. So look at that, half a gallon's perfect to drain the fuel out of here. So get your 7/16 wrench here on the bottom. You want to come down here. So get your 7/16 wrench, and we want to loosen this bottom set. Okay, now it's pretty loose. Get your container here. And then it'll unscrew all the way out here. One good thing to do is loosen your Allen key up here. I already broke it loose off video, but go ahead and loosen this. And this is a breather valve, so it'll come out a lot easier. And now we're just leaking all of the fuel and water into the container so we can replace the fuel filter in here. So now we're finally done draining here. You can go ahead and pull our container up here slowly. Just kind of form it out of here. Just be careful. Don't want to drip any fuel. Nice and easy. Go ahead and put your 7/16 inch bolt back so it's not dripping in your hole. Go ahead and tighten it back up. I've got a couple friends here, so either you can use a oil canister remover, or I've got another one as well. This one's a little bit better, gives you a little bit more leverage here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that one out first. I just wanna put this nice cloth around here though, so we can not scratch it too much. All right, so I found this was the best solution here. Bringing it right on the top and pushing as hard as I can. It's still pretty tight. The first time we ever did this, we had to take the whole thing off, completely drain it, and we had to heat this section, and it came off. So it can be really difficult. So now we're pretty good there. You can go ahead and loosen it. So there is the water or fuel pickup, and then you've got your fuel filter in here. So now we need to get the fuel filter out from there. Go ahead and pour the rest of the fuel in there. Put my finger up here. And boom, just like that, the old fuel filter is out. kind of looking at it here, pulling it apart, you can see there's some good grime right here. It's a lot grosser on the bottom as well. Definitely do think it's time to replace this part, so that's a good thing we're replacing it. Now to just clean it up, I'll just go ahead and get a rag in there. There's just a little bit in there. Just use a wrench and kind of clean it up. It's not terrible, but rather get everything out of there. Get the whole sidewall. And then it's pretty clean in there, as you can see, but I'd recommend cleaning the thread because that was the hardest part to remove on the outside of the canister, so you can see it's pretty bad. And then also on the inside here, it's really bad. And then lastly, go ahead and drop your new fill filter in. You want to make sure the hole is facing up, so then this can sit inside of here. So you want to just set it in just like that. And then I would go ahead and put either marine grease or some sort of anti-seize grease on this thread here, just so it's not going to seize up on you like it did our very first time, like 4 or 5 years ago doing this. Now there is a small seal at the top of this thread here. Use an X-Acto knife or some sort of really small flathead or one of those really nice pin pullers to pull it out. And then what you want to do is you want to grease that. I actually just put a little bit of anti-seize all around the seal, and then there's a little channel all the way up there where it will sit. It takes a little bit to kind of work it in there, but it's not a difficult job. Lastly, here's a good shot of it so you can see where it's actually supposed to seat up there inside the threads. Go ahead and slide it back down there. Carefully come back up. All you need is a little bit of hand tight here. You can also remember where you had it with the stickers. Mine was facing right towards the front of the boat, so that looks pretty good. Lastly, I want to put my breather valve back in here. Go ahead and clean it up. Just put a little bit of anti-seize in that as well. Thread it on. Then you want to plug your pump back in here, or your sensor actually. Hear the click, little test pull, so it looks good. Now lastly, what you want to do is turn the ignition on and off for about 3 times or so, just so this whole canister fills up with fuel before you start the engine. All right, lastly, the fun part here, you want to just go ahead and push your ignition button, and then we're gonna prime the fuel filter. You want to do it about 3 to 4 times here, so that's 1, and then 2. So that pump, you heard it for like 2 seconds, just filling up that fuel filter canister. 3, and then we'll just do it 1 more time for a good measure here, and let's see if she starts up. Let's go water skiing. And of course, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Push that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.